Bare bones, no palm card to wallet is card to wallet in its simplest form. First of all, instead of using this particular Himber wallet as a wallet, it reminds me more of a notepad. So I've used it as a notepad instead, and I get great use now out of my Himber wallet. Instead of having a card signed and the card being defaced and really cannot be used in my other routines, I've chosen to use post-it notes for them to sign instead of the card itself. The post-it notes will act as an automatic control for helping finding their card and a palming replacement also. There'll be no palming within this routine, reducing this card to wallet to its bare bones. In this version of Card to Impossible Location, the magician states that he's showing you something so new that he actually has to refer to his notes from time to time. A card is going to be selected. Spectator can name any card, doesn't really matter. In this case, they've named the Nine of Diamonds. You're going to have the card signed, but in order not to deface the card with a magic marker, I'm just going to have you sign a post-it note. We'll place it on top of your 9, and if I could just have your signature, which the spectator does. Referring back to the notes, the notes read that you need to shuffle the cards, lose the spectator's card back into the deck. So you give the cards a little bit of a shuffle, a little bit of a cut. The card has now been lost back into the pack. The next step says that you need to snap your fingers and turn over the top card, which should be their card, the Nine of Diamonds. No, it's not. It's the Queen. Okay, wait a minute. The notes continue. It says, if it doesn't work on the first try, to shuffle the cards one more time. It's in here. Give me just one more chance. My notes never ever leave me down. It says right there, name a number from 1 to 20. That's right. You name a number from 1 to 20. I count down, and your card will be there. Number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the Nine of Diamonds with your Oh man, I'm close. I'm getting closer. The Nine of Spades. I guess I've just run out of options, but you know, my notepad never ever lets me down because, as you can see, somehow magically one card has found its way inside the notepad. Not just any card, but your Nine of Diamonds. Okay, what you will need and how it works. A quick trip to the dollar store for some post-it notes, a notepad, and some razor blades of all things. You'll see why we use those a little bit later on. Next, you can dust off that old Himber wallet that you probably don't use as an actual wallet anymore because it's so large in size. I've made mine look like a notepad holder, just for taking notes. It makes more sense because of the length of the notepad. There's a notepad on each side, just a couple of pages of a notepad, making it look realistic on both sides. Underneath one of the notepads, there's a magnet, which you're going to need. Just tape it on the inside. After that, take one of the razor blades and dull it by rubbing it on a piece of sandpaper, being very careful. And then you cut as you can see it's not sharp, then you cut the razor blade off a little bit to make it just the right size to hide it on the back side of one of the post-it notes. A little bit of glue stick will help it adhere. Now you want to take one of the post-it notes. Actually, I use 2. I peel off 2. Gives it a little bit of extra thickness. I peel off 2 of the sticky notes and take the razor blade with the glue on it and stick it to the back, making sure that the adhesive part of the post-it note is not covered up. I then re-stick it back to the pad itself, offset so it's easy for me to pick up later on, just to get my thumb there or my finger there. And that's set up. Now when it's time for the spectator's card selection to be signed, you peel off the sticky note with the razor blade on the back side and fasten it to the card. Now believe it or not, even though I'm holding this up to the camera, you cannot see that razor blade. You can't even feel it. So don't feel guilty in having the spectator sign that post-it note. When it comes to lose the card, this is a beautiful control. You simply shuffle it to the middle of the deck. You can spread the cards showing no control, and when you cut the cards, it cuts automatically to that post-it note with the razor blade on the back. It's like a breather crimp or an impregnated card. You can cut the cards, you can one hand cut the cards, it always brings it to the bottom. That's a beautiful way to control the card. Now after you control it to the bottom, you show that their card is not on top. You then shuffle that bottom card back to the top. The cards are ribbon spread from right to left instead of left to right. This brings the top card near the wallet, which is picked up to look at the instructions one more time, your notes one more time. Now when you open up the wallet, this is when the wallet comes down near the top card. As you see right here, the magnet is now picking up that top card to the back, to the underside of the wallet. Okay, after the card is picked up, you refer to your notes stating that the spectator gets to name a number from 1 to 20. You count down to that number, and apparently you're going to find their card. It didn't happen, so check your notes one last time, and behold, their selection is now inside of the notepad. That move is very simply done by clipping the card underneath between your first and second finger, and then pulling it out. As soon as the top part of the wallet hits your thumb, that's when you know to pull the card from underneath. Now in real time it looks like this. A beautiful illusion of removing that card from the notepad. Just like magic.